This is an advanced guide for TLEC farm. The beginner's guide was already uploaded. If you haven't watched it, please watch it at the first. The strategies will be presented in the order shown here. First, the basic strategy will be introduced. Knowing the properties of mid-boss provides us the basic strategies. Second, individual strategies will be introduced again. Third, social strategies will be introduced. Giving a good performance as a group is demanded. I hope this video gives you a plenty of EC, and makes you rich. In this chapter, we will know the properties of mid-boss. This is mid-boss, as you know. Mid-boss has 1 core and 8 chunks. After an interval, about 16 seconds, has passed since a chunk disappeared. Another chunk disappears if it got damage over its own HP. In EC farms, it seldom happens that no chunk got damage over HP. So it takes 7 intervals that all chunks disappear after the first chunk disappears. More damage we give, more EC we gain. We need maximize this term. This seems very complicated, but simply thinking, this term about each player should be maximized. There are 3 points to realize this. First, give a good performance. Second, let others give a good performance. These are simple and natural. And third, avoid lags and disconnections. Occurring this means, in the player perspective, attack time gets shortened. In the server perspective, players' DPS gets weakened. Based on these, individual strategies and social strategies will be introduced. Individual strategies are the same as ones of the beginner's guide. We'll review them briefly. And as we saw in Chapter 1, DPS and clearing are important. And new evaluate items will be added. This method was often used in the past. But now it's not popular because of the risk for lags. In this video, the lag is already occurring. It reduces the amount of time players can control it. A heavy lag often causes a disconnection. It steals a lot of attack time, and steals secondary weapons set already. We have to avoid lags. This method is the most popular now. We can give much damage, and avoid lags by clearing. It's a flexible and balanced method. Top left is using this method. This is a simple and powerful method for fabricators. But mangoes are often killed by mid-boss, so it isn't stable. When mid-boss stops in the Mango Bullet orbit, its DPS is maximized. This is a method specific on clearing. It's effective when it is likely to overspawn, when many players are joining. The spawned mobs near the floor keeps clear. This helps our clearing, and helps to avoid lags. In Chapter 2, good behaviors as a player were introduced. In Chapter 3, based on Chapter 1, good behaviors as a group will be introduced. There are 5 points as social strategies. Or you will be against basic strategy. 1. Using a bad shell is out of question. If you are late for mid-boss start, you will lose some of attack time. If you start rushing instead of a rusher, others will lose some of attack time. These are against basic strategy. 1 and 2. Try to be cooperative. This is the most important. If you start before others are ready, you will steal attack time from others. This is against basic strategy. 2. The starter must consider other players are ready. Overspawn overloads the server, and often causes lags and disconnections. Just consider clearing mobs when overspawn is occurred. Being enthusiastic about giving damage, we sometimes forget to collect EC. Try to collect as much EC as possible.